Hey guys, Tonic here. Another Tuesday, another Atomic Shop review. This week in the Atomic Shop, we have a brand new bundle. It's called the What's Cooking Good Looking Bundle. It's being sold for 1,800 atoms, and I just picked it up, so let's go check it out. So getting right into it, this bundle does come with a brand new prefab, comes with a Collectron, and it is one of those bundles that does have some older items in there. Thankfully, there's only 2 of them, I believe. So starting off with the prefab, this is called the Helvation Chop House. It looks like we can build 2 of them. And we can actually raise this up quite a bit and sink it down. We'll place this just about halfway. And we'll go ahead and throw the door on there. Now, I'm not sure if you can hook up power to this. I actually didn't see a power connector anywhere. Looks like there is one on the back, which is perfect for a generator. It's just there on the back corner. But taking a look at this prefab here, it does have that classic Helvation style, lots of bright colors. And we do have some side stairs going up to the porch. Front steps, there's none on this side, and then right there on the front we do have some nice paintings. Now going inside, we have the first floor, just a big open room with a staircase. We do have this fireplace here, and then heading upstairs, another big open area. I do like the walls up here. And then heading out here, we do have this little porch, and it just goes along the side. Kind of a basic prefab, but I think it looks pretty nice. Now moving on to the other big item in this bundle, we have a new Collectron station. This is the Sirloin Collectron, and I do love getting new Collectrons. Sometimes they have cool voice lines and stuff. But placing him down, there he is, and it might take a second for him to come out, so I guess in the meantime, can check out the other new items. So up next we do have this Chop House chair and the Chop House table. The chair is kind of cool. And then we also have the older items, so we have this elaborate silver chandelier, and the butcher cutting board. This is a pretty old item. It's just kind of a square cutting board with a butcher knife in there, and with the chandelier. Can't turn this off and back on. But here is Sirloin, and he's wearing like an apron. He has the saw for a hand, some knives up front. Let's go ahead and see what his voice lines are. Okay, so I'm hitting interact. He's not saying anything. Usually if you just kind of tap on him, they'll say something. But I am getting nothing out of him. Okay, so I tried placing him down again, just to see if it was maybe a bug or something. And still I'm getting no voice lines, which is kind of strange. Usually they do have like some custom voice lines or something. And this one does not even have the default ones. There's just absolutely nothing. He hasn't said anything while he's like walking around. So I think he's bugged, or maybe they just didn't add any voice lines. Kind of a bummer. I think he looks really cool, but yeah, he's just not saying anything. Now that just about covers everything inside the new bundle, so taking a look at the rest of the Atomic Shop here, the front page, we have that What's Cooking Good Looking bundle. We also have this bundle here. It looks like a lot of stuff that's already been in the Atomic Shop, and this new Rad Hog here, just a reskin. And we also do have the Mega Plushie bundle, and there are a lot of plushies in this bundle. Now moving on to the second page here, we have the stuff from last week, the On the Air bundle. That was kind of cool. Secret Shine bundle, and the Brotherhood Field Station bundle. Going onto this page, I believe this was also here last week. Yeah, they had the Under the Stars shelter, Camp Moonlight shelter. Wasn't a huge fan of that, but it wasn't too bad. We also have the Summer Barbecue bundle. Then over on the Greatest Hits page, we have the Pit Boss bundle. We also do have the Down Home Comfort bundle, a very old bundle, but it still holds up really well today. I actually really like that bundle. Then we have the Fajnot Mask and Camp bundle. Over on the sales page, we have the Enclave Apocalypse bundle, Lockable Fallout First, the Orbital Strike bundle, another Enclave bundle. I believe all this was here last week as well. The Season 17 Scouts Camp bundle, Shelter Mainframe bundle, another very old bundle, the Mob Boss bundle, Iron Mountain Anvil bundle. I love the prefab in this one. I've actually made a few camps out of that. We also have the Communist Spy bundle, Roadside Attractions bundle, and the Brouhaha bundle. And then over on the special page, we have that free plushie, some free curtains, a free scrap kit, this free power armor paint, and we have this cabinet, the Attic Artifacts bundle. We also do have that Taxidermy Mega Sloth for Fallout First members, and the Riders Mega bundle. And going over to the Fallout First page, we have all the Fallout First offers. And then as far as the weekly offers go, today we had that cabinet for $350. Tomorrow we are going to get the Toxic Tinkerer's Cabinet Stash Box for $250. On the 11th, the Pickled Brain for $125. On June 12th, we have the Budding Apothecary Station for $350. On the 13th, the Stately Armor Display Case for $250. On the 14th, the Skull Candles for $125. Then lastly, on June 15th, we have the Taxidermy Tinkerer's Workbench for $250. So overall, I feel like it was kind of a boring week in the Atomic Shop. I do like the new prefab. I think the prefab's kind of cool. The Collectron was a bit of a letdown. It has no voice lines at all. And I would think that's a bug. It should at least have the default voice lines. So maybe they'll fix that, but who knows at this point. And as far as the rest of the shop goes, there are actually some decent bundles returning. There is that Iron Mountain Anvil bundle. I really like that one. The Communist Spy bundle, the Roadside Attractions bundle, and even the Down Home Comfort bundle. So there are some good bundles in the shop this week, but overall I feel like it was a bit of a boring week. But that is pretty much going to be it for this video. So I would like to say thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you all have a great day.